Hey everyone, this is going to be my 3D velocity demonstration. I know there have been some people that have wanted me to do this for quite some time, and well, here you go. One of the interesting things with this game is there was a very long period of time where I didn't think I would like it, and I thought it was way too complicated. But now that I've actually gone and taken the time to learn how the game actually works, it's not too bad. And it's actually quite a lot of fun. So I will be playing it. This first part is going to be more of an introduction, a look at the options and various modes that you have, as well as how to fly properly and do all of those things. The next parts should involve well, they should involve me completing the mission mode, which I guess is okay, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the mission mode. It's okay, I guess. But let's go ahead and run this now. I will be providing a link to the download. This is once again just like Treasure Hunt. This is available on GitHub, so you can download it there. You extract the zip archive, and then all you have to do is run the tdv.exe file. So let's go ahead and launch this. I've got it in my documents folder.
Run
Documents.
Desk. My documents.
All right, let's go.
TH.
That is the wrong game.
The Great 3D Velocity. Items view list.
All right, let's run.
Tracks. tdv.exe.
All right, here we go. Now, what I'm going to recommend, well, I will get to that.
3D Velocity registered by open source.
Inverted. 18,409.
Upright. LTS is charged. LTS is charged. Missile online.
Time.
Guns active.
Sector A.
Fire. And all across the landscape.
Are you the best they could come up with?
BPC Programs presents 3D Velocity. Version 2.
Main menu. Use your arrow keys to navigate the options. Press Escape to back out of any menu. Pressing Home or End will move you to the top or bottom of a menu. Start a new game.
And she put it much more diplomatically than I could have. So that's how you navigate the menu. So we start out, let's go ahead and
Load a saved game.
I'm gonna hit home.
Start a new game.
Okay, that's obvious.
Load a saved game.
That should also be obvious.
Mode selection.
This lets you choose the game mode that you want to play with.
Test speakers.
Test speakers, this is very important. Let's go ahead and actually run this.
Left speaker. Right speaker.
If the sound you heard panned from right to left instead of from left to right, your speakers or headphones are reversed. Adjust them accordingly. Main menu. Use your arrow keys to navigate the options. Settings. Test speakers.
Okay, so we have test speakers.
Settings.
That is very important. We will go into that in just a minute.
Sound description.
Sound description. This is also very important.
exit.
and exit. Let's go through the sounds, because that's a good idea, right?
Sound disc. Press enter on a sound to hear it. Target solution.
Okay, so this is the target solution when you are targeting something.
Target solution. Solid lock tone. Solid lock tone. Within vertical range of target. Within vertical range of target.
Now that sound does not seem to play, which is weird. Anyway.
Turn signal. Turn signal. Altitude too low or too high. Altitude too low or too high. Altitude too low or too high.
So just wanting you to know what that sounds like, because you will be hearing that quite a lot.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
I hate that sound.
Stalling. Stalling.
And I really hate that sound.
Enemy has tagged you. Enemy has tagged
27
you.
minutes.
Semi-radar guided missile.
And my battery is going dead. That's not good. Give me just a second while I plug my computer in.
Charging battery 12%.
There we go. Okay. Now,
Enemy semi-radar guided missile. Projectile. Projectile. Active radar guided missile. Enemy has partial or full lock on you. Enemy has partial or full lock on you. Player cancelled lock. Player cancelled lock. Fuel warning. Fuel warning.
that is very bad. You do not want to hear that. That means that you're running very low on fuel.
Rogue warning. Rogue warning.
And that is the rogue alarm, which I will demonstrate when we get to the mission. Now, let's go through the options. So I'm going to hit escape.
Main menu. Start sound settings.
Map keys.
This lets you map keys to or change the functions and change their keys. So I will show you briefly.
Select a key. Press escape or button 2 to save your changes. Throttle up. Throttle down. Increase angle of attack. Decrease angle of attack.
Now I don't know why they have all these different people voicing things. I think that's kind of weird. But anyway,
Level flight. Turn left. Turn right.
like let's say you wanted to change something like turn left, which I think by default is left arrow. Let's say you wanted to change that for whatever reason to P. Well, you could go there and hit P
Turn left.
like this.
Press the modifier you would like to assign to this action. Press enter for none.
Actually, let's say Control P just for the heck of it. Why not?
Press the key you would like to assign to this action.
So I hit Control, and now I am going to hit P.
Turn left.
So that is now mapped. So you can map all of these. I'm not going to use that though.
Level in throttle. Restore default key map.
I'm going to go up here and restore my default settings.
Selecting yes will restore the key map for the currently selected device back to default. Are you sure you wish to do this? No. Yes.
Yes, I am.
Map keys.
Okay, so that lets you remap your keys if for whatever reason you're not happy with the default keys, which is what I will be using.
Change input device.
So this does not work for me right now because I don't have anything else plugged in, but this does let you play with a joystick or I think a steering wheel, actually. So keep that in mind too. If you have a joystick or a steering wheel or a game controller, you should be able to play with that too.
Change performance options.
Change performance options, you probably don't have to worry about this unless you are running a very, very old computer or a computer with like a gig of RAM or less. But I'll go in here.
Are you experiencing audio stuttering? Yes, always.
So if the audio is choppy and it's stuttering, you can choose between yes, yes always,
Occasionally.
occasionally,
No, there is no stuttering.
and no. I think from reading the manual what this is supposed to do... Oh, sorry about that. I need a pop filter. What this is supposed to do is, if you choose yes or occasionally, it will use more RAM, I think. And if you choose no, it uses less RAM, but more processing power. This computer I have has 8 gigs of RAM, so I'm not concerned. So let's just choose no.
Yeah, no.
And it's going to reload the game.
Change performance options.
So that's how that works. So usually you won't have to change that. If your computer is relatively new and relatively powerful, you're fine.
Select screen reader.
Okay, this lets you choose your screen reader for speech output for some messages, primarily in the online mode, because most of this game, as you can hear, voices itself.
Select the speech output source to use. Auto detect Microsoft Sappy.
So you can have it auto-detect whatever you're using.
Auto-detect Microsoft Sappy.
Or use the Microsoft Sappy 5 engine, which is built into every copy of Windows. Let's go ahead and use auto-detect.
Select screen reader. Map keys. Change input device.
And that is it, so...
Main menu. Use your arrow keys to navigate the option settings.
Let's see, can I turn the music down in the main menu? Oh, you can. Very nice. And the way I'm doing that, I'm hitting F6. So F6 turns your music down. F7 turns it back up. Let's actually turn it down. There we go. I think that'll work.
Sound description. Test speaker. Load selection.
Alright, so let's go ahead.
Load it. Start a new game.
And hit start new game.
Racing mode.
Okay, so you have racing mode.
Deathmatch mode.
Deathmatch mode.
Training mode.
Training mode, which I am not going to go through because I will be teaching you how to play.
Mission mode.
Mission mode, which is the main mission, which is basically the continuation of Treasure Hunt.
Autoplay mode.
Autoplay, that lets you have the computer play a mode.
Multiplayer mode.
And multiplayer mode. Now, yes, this game does have multiplayer functionality, and I have set up a server. And the way that you do that is if you go into the game folder, here I will go
3D velocity items view tdv.exe.config.
If you go in here and you keep going down, I'm gonna hit T.
tdv.pdb tdvserver.exe.
tdvserver.exe. If you run that, it runs in a console window and lets you host a server. Now, I have already set one up on a Linux server that I actually have, that I bought from Linode. And I have that running inside of Mono because obviously it's a Windows program. But you can host your own servers, and if you decide to host your own, you can check the documentation, which is actually found in a folder called Docs. Let's see.
Data. Docs.
Right there. If you choose to host your own, you certainly can. Mine is also there. I wanted to make it easier for players to play online. So if you want to play online, you can just join mine, which I will show you how to access very soon.
3D velocity registered by open source.
Yeah, and it tells me it's registered by open source. Open source. Okay.
Racing mode.
So let me go through a description of these. Racing mode basically has you flying, and when you hear a buzzing noise, it's either coming from the left or the right, and you have to turn until it stops.
Deathmatch mode.
Deathmatch mode is basically playing against computer players and trying to blow them up.
Training mode.
Training mode, as I said, trains you on how to fly. It is an interactive tutorial.
Mission mode.
Mission mode, that's the mission, which I will obviously not be getting into just yet.
Autoplay mode.
Autoplay, right, that just, yeah, I've already been through these.
Multiplayer mode.
Let's go ahead, I think, and connect to my server, because that will give me a safe place to show you how flying works. So
Enter IP address or domain to connect to. Edit. Selected Christopher.me.
So this is where you type in your address to connect to. Now, I've set up a domain. So if you want to connect to the server, it is christopherw.me. ChristopherW.me. That is the domain to use. So you hit enter.
Enter your call sign. This is how you'll be known on the server. Chris selected instead.
Okay, and that is the name that you want to be known by, so you can type whatever you want. Now, what I'm going to do is put NVDA into sleep mode.
Sleep mode on.
Because NVDA is used to announce messages when you're on the server. And if you put it into sleep mode, it can do that, and you won't stop it by pressing keys. So let's hit enter.
Please wait.
Welcome message. Welcome to the server. It works. I finally realized I was opening the wrong port. I'm such a dumbass. Anyways, enjoy.
And that is the message of the day that I made. Yeah, I've had lots and lots of trouble getting this to work, and one day I realized, oh, I opened up the wrong port. So, there you go. So I'm gonna hit enter.
You're now in the hangar. Connect to the free-for-all game.
Okay, so you have options here. Connect to the free-for-all game. This is a game that is hosted by the server, where basically you fly around and destroy anything that you would like.
Connect to an existing game.
You can also join games that players create.
Start a new game.
You can create a new game.
Join chat room.
And there are chat rooms, which I guess is kind of cool.
Foobar.
These are default ones that the server makes
for your kids. Admins.
Now, admins has a password. I don't know what that password is, so if you guys do, let me know. That is a default chat room, and you can't get rid of it. And I think it's kind of dumb that as the owner and maintainer of the server, I can't access that area because there's a password that I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and actually make one.
Connect to the free-for-all. Join chat. Create chat. Enter the name of the room you want to create.
I'll just call it test.
Would you like to password protect this room? No. Yes.
So if you want to password protect it, you can. Why not? Let's go ahead and do that.
Enter password.
Test.
Room created.
Now, this is where you might want to use NVDA.
Sleep mode off. Participants list. Unknown.
Okay, this is the list of people, and I guess it's saying unknown because it's empty, because it's just me.
Message edit. Blank. Edit read only multi-line. Blank.
This is the box where you can read messages, and if I hit Shift Tab.
Message edit. Blank.
Alright, so let's turn
sleep mode on.
Let's turn that back on. I'm going to type a message. Test.
You say test.
And it is using the NVDA API to read those out, which is kind of nice. So, blah, blah, blah.
You say blah, blah, blah. Sleep mode off. Edit read only. Blah, blah. Room created. You say test. You say blah.
And you can read those. That is just a standard box that you can read text.
Say blah, blah.
So I can move by word. I can highlight text. Let's hit home.
B. B selected. L. S. H selected.
So I think you get how that works. I'm going to hit escape.
Connect to the free-for-all game.
So I guess if you guys really want to chat with me, you can get on here, and if I'm on here, I don't know. You can have chat sessions. Now, I don't know if the server is encrypted or not. I doubt it. So, again, I would say just use common sense. Don't put dumb things in the chat like your address and your social security number and your bank account numbers and your routing numbers and your I think most of you should know these things.
Connect to an existing game. Start a new game.
Start a new game. This lets you create, let's see.
Deathmatch.
You can do deathmatch or team deathmatch. Now, I don't know how team deathmatch works.
Team death.
Or team death, as it's called. I think you can assign players to different teams, but as far as I know, there's no one else here on the server.
Deathmatch.
Which is kind of sad, but whatever. So I'm not going to do that because it will not let you start until you have some players.
Connect to the free-for-all game.
Let's see. The other thing that I want to let you know of, if you hit W...
Press enter on a user to send a private message to them. Chris.
So that brings up a list of people that are currently in the hangar area, which is this lobby. Right now, there's just me, so if I try to send myself a private message, it gives me a rather amusing message.
The first sign of insanity is talking to yourself. Sorry, we can't let you do that.
Yeah.
Connect to an existing game.
You can also hit Grave Accent.
Enter message. Edit. Blank.
Which just sends messages to players in the current area that you are. So test.
You say, test. 3.
Start a new... Connect to the free-for-all game.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and show you the free-for-all.
Be a pilot.
So you can be a pilot or you can spectate.
Act as spectator. Act as spectator.
Act as spectator, as she says.
Be a pilot.
So for demonstration purposes, let's just say be a pilot. And you get this little intro scene where the jet is powering up. Is that it?
Sector
created.
A1.
Press enter when all airmen have joined.
Alright. Excuse me. So now we are here. Right now my plane is not moving. And let's hit W.
Press enter. Chris.
There's no one else here.
Chris. The first sign of insanity is talking to yourself. Sorry, we can't let you do that.
Yeah, okay. So, this is where I'm going to teach you, well, really give you a crash course on how to fly. Now, we'll see what kind of a teacher I really am, but, that'll be, yeah, I'll let you decide that. So, the first thing we need to do is hit the up arrow to increase, or to, increase the throttle and give us more speed and fuel. So I'm going to hold it. And I think this is probably about good. Now I'm going to hit page down to actually increase my angle of attack, which should get me off the ground.
6 feet.
Alright, so now we are rising. That means that I'm still
874 feet.
Yep, I'm still below 10,000 feet. Let's hit page down one or two more times.
1,828 feet.
Put in the landing gear.
Ah, yes, and as he said, we need to put in the landing gear, so you hit G.
2,772 feet.
Let me hit page down so I can climb just a little bit quicker. There we go.
4,064 feet.
So I am rising. I'm going to tap it a few more times. Oh. I'm close to stalling.
6,643 feet.
come on.
9,955 feet.
Alright, now, to level out your
13,365 feet.
to level out your plane and fly level, you hit home.
Leveling.
16,580 feet.
Alright, so now I'm flying, and we are good to go. Now let me go over some keys. There's two ways of accessing these, and I don't know all of these commands, but I know the most important ones, and you can feel free to read the manual, which gives you more information.
Sector A2.
Yep, and it is telling me where I am. So there are two ways of getting information. If you hit tab,
Status.
this puts you into a console, and there is music, which I have turned down. This puts you into a console, and from here you can hit various keys. So let's hit S to check my speed.
Airspeed 293.3 knots. Engine speed 9,000 RPM.
Okay, so that is that.
Status.
Let's hit C to check my course.
0. Status.
Now your course is given in degrees, so 0 means you're heading dead north, 90 is east, 180 is south, and 270 is west. Let's see. What else can I show you? F checks your fuel.
26,954 pounds of fuel. Status.
Yeah, once you run out of fuel, you're kind of SOL. Let's see, what does A do?
16,743.4 feet. Status.
Okay, A checks your altitude. N checks your angle of attack.
0. Status.
Right now, it's at 0, which means I'm not climbing or going down. Or I guess the proper term is ascending and descending. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to remember.
Status.
External point of view. Internal point of view.
Status.
Okay, that was something else, and I don't remember the rest of these commands. But those are the most important, I think. Oh, T will tell you...
Status.
T will tell you what you're tracking, which obviously right now there is nothing to track. If you hit V while you're actually playing, it changes your point of view from the inside of your plane to the outside, to the ground. I don't know if that's really useful, but it's there. Also, if you just want to check some things, actually, let's see. Let's hit E.
0 degrees per second. Status.
E checks your turn, your rate of turn, I think. I don't really use that much. The other way to check most of this information is from the actual game itself. So if I hit F1, that does nothing.
Airspeed 293.3 knots. Engine speed 9,000 RPM.
Okay, so F2 checks your airspeed and your engine speed.
16,743.4 feet.
F3 checks your how high you are.
0. 100%.
F4, I think. Well, actually, I'm not sure what F4 does. F5 checks the integrity of your aircraft, because you can get damaged, and if you take too much damage, obviously you will, your craft will explode and you'll die. Let's see. Alt F2
7,000
checks your ammo for your current weapon. Alt F3.
Audacity. Track.
Oops, I just closed the game. Whoops.
Folder view.
Yeah, that was
Run dialogue.
really smart.
My dot. Temp. T. The Great Chief. 3D. I. Tracks. TD. 3D velocity.
Main menu. Start.
Enter IP. Enter 3D
Please
velocity
wait.
registered. Sleep mode on.
Let's reconnect here
You're connect to the free via pipe.
and get back in the air.
Sector A1. 5 feet.
Let's see. Come on. Get back in the air.
1,437 feet.
Okay, I'm hitting G.
4,305 feet.
Uh-oh. Let's go faster.
7,811 feet.
Now, if I continue to use my throttle,
12,682 feet.
that means that the afterburners are on, which means I'm going really fast now. And it's using a lot of fuel. Let's kind of back off of that. Yeah. Let's see.
15,136.9 feet.
Or no, that would be F2.
Airspeed 833.1 knots. Engine speed 21,600 RPM.
Alright, so now we're flying, and we're doing good. So don't hit Alt F4.
Sector A2.
Alt F4 will close the program. Alt F2 gives you your ammo.
7,000.
I don't remember what the rest of the keys are, probably because they're not as important, but again, check the manual. So, we are flying, going through here, heading,
Status.
Let's check my course.
0.
Heading dead north. So yeah, now, let me show you a couple more things. To turn, you can either hit left and right arrow keys, which turns you very slowly, or you can hit Alt, left, and right.
2, 7, 18, 33, 56, 82, 95.
So it tells you the degrees that you're at. So I'm kind of heading east now. Let's tap the left arrow.
90.
There we go.
Stat 89. 90. Stat 90.
So now I check my course, and it says I'm heading east because I am going at 90 degrees. So now I'm flying east. So Alt, left and right arrows, I believe that does a barrel roll, but that is really useful for dodging bullets and missiles and things like that. Of course, you can dive by hitting page down, which will decrease your angle of attack, which means that you'll be diving. Page up obviously lets you climb. You can choose your weapons by hitting 1 through 6, I think.
Sector
Guns
B2.
active.
So there's my guns.
Missiles online. LTSs charged. Cruise missiles are good to go.
Interceptors ready.
Or no, it's 1 through 5.
Guns active.
And to use your weapon, you hit the space bar. So there's the guns. And now we're flying, and there's nothing to do because there's no one else here. So I'm going to hit escape.
Do you really want? Yes.
And it's asking me if I want to quit.
Connect to.
Let's hit escape.
You have left the hangar.
Main load. Start a new game. Load a saved game. Load selection.
Alright, now let's choose load selection so I can change the mode, because if you just hit start game, it will put you back into what you were last doing.
Racing mode.
Let's show you racing mode.
Main menu. Test loads. Load. Start a new game.
Alright. Now, let's go ahead and
Sector
hit
A1.
that.
Uh-oh, someone's just locked onto us. Stay alert.
And let's throttle up
5
and
feet.
lift off. Now, I'm going to increase my speed all the way.
1,002 feet.
Bring the landing gear in. Now that
3,000 131 feet.
That buzzing that you're hearing is off to my right.
2,
I'm gonna
10,
hold
22.
Alt left or Alt right arrow to turn, and when it goes away, you're good to go.
29.
Yep.
7,116 feet.
Alright.
Sector A2.
Alright, let's go ahead and level out.
Leveling.
11,315 feet. Status.
Alright, now since we're racing, let me go into the console mode with tab and hit P.
You are in first place.
And because I'm playing
Spike!
against the
46,
computer,
64, 87, 104, 133, 174, 214, 247, 287, 323, 5, 17, 32, 52, 72, 31,449 feet, 150, 140, 108, 81, sector B2, 70, 83, 100, 117, 81, 66, 43, 23, 3, 352.
there we go. I think I'm clear. So,
354.
Heads up! There's a missile coming for us.
that was the computer
23,
trying
1932.
trying to stop me. Now, in the racing mode, you can shoot players, but that doesn't really do any damage. It just makes you go a little bit slower.
41. Sector A2, 57. 52,349.3 feet.
Level out.
Yeah, and I think with each time you do a barrel roll, your altitude will increase.
Sector B2,
So now I'm just making these turns.
53,449.3 feet. 95, 75, 50, 40, 28, 10, 1.
Let me hit down.
Racer 3, 4 o'clock, 0.1 miles closure, wing on, and 8,580 feet below. Racer 2, 3 o'clock. Racer 4, 5 o'clock. Racer 1, 1 o'clock. Racer 3, 4 o'clock. 0.1 miles closure, wing on, and 8,580 feet below.
Okay, so you're told where they are using clock directions. Obviously, anything past 12 o'clock is off to your right. Anything before it is, I believe, off to your left. 12 o'clock is right in front of you. If you're at 6, that means it's right behind you. 3 o'clock is to the left, and 9 o'clock is to the right. If you know what your clock face is like. This isn't really useful in the racing mode, but I will be demonstrating more of it in the deathmatch mode. So let's just keep on going here.
356.
Yeah, my altitude is a little too high, but that's okay.
30, 40. 48, 57, 34.
Alright.
Sector A2. 37, 57.
Yes, I find it very relaxing to just fly like this.
B2, 83.
It's kind of nice.
95, 72, 52, 32, 12.
You have completed the race with a time of 4 minutes and 41 seconds.
Got his ass kicked. Racer 2 got served. Racer 3 got served. Racer 4 apparently couldn't find his afterburner controls.
Main menu. You load a saved game.
Okay, so that is, that's how racing works, and as you heard, I did get a warning about the engine integrity. I think if you use your afterburners too much, it takes its toll on the engine.
Start a new game.
Alright, let's show you.
Load
Race death training deathmatch mode.
I think to end this, this video, I'm going to show you deathmatch mode.
Race death.
Main menu. Test load start.
and I will do my best to explain what I'm doing. Alright.
Sector A1.
So I'm gonna...
Someone's just locked onto us. Stay alert.
I'm gonna take off.
5 feet.
Let's go ahead and get going here. Just climbing.
1,595 feet.
Alright. Come on.
7,090 feet.
And we're almost above the... Yep, there we go.
Spike!
Now that means that I think we have...
13,728 feet.
There's a missile coming
10.
for us. Spike!
20.
Okay.
Heads up! There's a missile coming
30,
for us.
17,833 feet.
Okay, Orion. Here are your options. Vertical range announcements.
Okay, I hit O to bring up the options.
Course change announcements. Relative position auto trigger.
Rio announcements.
Exit. Vertical range announcements.
These are very useful when you're battling. Let's go into vertical range.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
This controls the duration that you hear messages that pertain to how far above or below you are from the thing that you are trying to target.
10 seconds. 15 seconds. 20 seconds. 25 seconds. 30 seconds. Off. 5 seconds.
Let's set it to 5 seconds.
Okay, Orion. Course change announcements.
Course change, I would keep these on.
Off. Okay. Relative course on. Okay. Relative position auto trigger. Off. Okay.
Rio relative on. Okay. Rio announcements.
I would keep the relative position on too, because that'll give you the directions when you're targeting something in clock directions.
Exit.
Rio announcements.
And I think that's saying real announcements. That pertains to hearing messages from your navigator when you're doing things like leveling out and things of that nature. I would leave that on.
Exit.
Alright, so let's show you how to target and blow up things.
Settings updated.
Okay.
Spike!
Status.
Spike!
So
Fighter 2, 8, Fighter 4, Fighter 1, Fighter 2, 8 o'clock, Fighter 4, 7 o'clock, Fighter 1, 7 o'clock, 4.1 miles closure, wing on.
Alright, let's target this one. So I'm gonna hit enter.
0, 344, 296, 248, 208, 184, 207, 241, 273, 297.
Wait, why?
Okay, our course change. Relative position on. Off. Rio exit. Relative on. Oh, Rio exit. Settings updated.
320.
Fire.
They destroyed me.
Main start a new.
Let's try that again.
Sector A1.
Uh-oh, someone's just locked onto us.
5
Stay alert.
feet. 579 feet.
Okay.
1,495 feet.
Bring in the landing gear.
2,532 feet. 3,931 feet. 6,456 feet. 9,949 feet.
Okay.
13,373 feet.
Whoa!
1,459 feet. 345.
Missiles online.
Fighter 2, 5 o'clock. Fighter 1, 8 Fighter 3, 8 o'clock. Fighter 4, 7 o'clock. Fighter 2, 5 318, 300. Status.
Okay, let's hit T in the status mode.
Fighter 2 at 4 o'clock. 0. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Ah, here we go.
3 o'clock. 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
Let's go ahead and
above.
climb.
Fighter
Now's not
2.
the time for practice. Fly Run, you bastard!
7 feet above Fighter 2.
Uh-oh. I almost stalled.
6 o'clock. 35 feet above Fighter 2. 5 o'clock.
Spike,
4
spike.
o'clock. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Guns
2
active.
o'clock. 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 22. 5, 8, 357.
Okay, so I got rid of that.
350. 32.
Now I'm turning.
Status.
So basically, what I was doing, I was hitting Alt, left, and right arrow. It was giving me the direction that it was in. When it got to about 12 o'clock, I started hitting the space bar to shoot my guns. Let's see what else I can do.
Fighter 1. Fighter 1. 7 o'clock. 3.
Alright, there's one more. Let's hit F5.
26%. 7 o'clock. 8
That's not
o'clock.
good.
9 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 11.
Fighter 1 is no longer with us.
Alright.
Main menu. Load. Start. Exit.
So I won that. So that is basically how battling works. Obviously you do have missiles and cruise missiles, which uses the laser targeting system. So what you have to do for those is you have to choose the LTS, and you have to target something, and then you can use your cruise missiles. Now the cruise missiles will guide themselves and track the thing that you have tagged, and they are usually very lethal. So there you go. And if you're playing online, that is exactly what you can do. You can battle all your buddies online, and if you want to battle me, just let me know. I wouldn't mind doing that. That would be rather fun. I do wish that the online mode would let you race, but it works, I guess. So I think that has given you a pretty good introduction to the game and how to fly and how to battle and do those things. Obviously, I'm not a pro at it, but I think I do pretty good.
Sound description. Exit.
So let's go ahead and exit.
3. Audacity.
So there you go. I hope you have enjoyed this. I will be back with the mission mode. And you guys take care. Bye.